Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and today we're going to be playing some tiles and trying to score the most points possible in Legendary Forests. In this game, the players are going to be simultaneously playing an identical tile to their own gardens, hoping to make large sections of like flowers, like colors, and then scoring those sections at the end of the game if they get the opportunity to do so. The game has a very simple flow to it. It's a very small, compact game, and it has a very nice look, as you can see here. Really gorgeous aesthetic to it. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I'll give you a quick overview of how it works, and we'll come on back after that. I'll tell you what I think of it and who I think it might be good for. To set up the game, each player is going to take a stack of tiles with whatever color they want on the back, and one player is going to take their whole stack except for the one tile clearly marked on the back, and they're going to shuffle that up. The other players can just set theirs face up aside. They can arrange them. They can do whatever they want to. Everyone starts with the one face up on the table. One of the players is going to have this figure here, and then you'll set up a pool of these tree tokens depending on the size of the game, how many players are playing. And you are ready to begin, except you need to, whoever has the stack randomized and face down is going to remove 5 tiles unseen from the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are out and they will not come into play. The game goes like this. The player who has the randomized stack is going to draw a tile. They're going to call out the number on that tile, in this case 3, and all the other players around the table, in this case just one more player, is going to find the matching tile, and they're going to add it to their gardens, which begins with just the 1. To add a tile to your gardens, the sides must match. So I could do something like that. I could do something like this. Of course, I could also do that there, and so on. So both players are going to do this, and once they've done that, if the number showing in the corner, that 3 in a circle, if the circle is colored, then we simply have that player draw another tile and continue playing. But every now and then you're going to get to one that has a white circle. So I drew one 21. This player would find their 21, and we both play that tile. This player might play this one here, and I play mine there. And we continue. So let's say I draw that one, the 6. That player finds their 6th tile. Everyone's doing this. And then we add it onto the board. And then there's one new step because of it being a white circle. So this player is going to put theirs, right there. And that involves, starting from the player who has this figure, grabbing one of these tokens and adding it to a region on your board. And this is how we do the scoring in the game. So it's going to be me. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these yellow ones, and I'm going to put it right here in this yellow region. It has to match the color of the token, has to match the region you're placing it in. That player over there might take, they'll take a pink one, and they'll put it in this little section that's just beginning there. And then we continue playing. What are we doing with these? Well, this is how you score at the end of the game. And the end of the game is going to come around when we've run out all of these tiles. Again, 5 will never be seen. The rest of them we will go through. Once the game is over, we are going to score all of the regions that have at least one of these tokens. And those are the only ones that are going to score, those regions. And there's 2 ways in which they'll score. So the first way is that if a region is completely enclosed, so let me go ahead and grab another one here and place it, like so. That yellow region is completely enclosed. If it's full like that, then you're going to count the number of these symbols, these runes, that are made by putting 2 tiles together, and you're going to score 2 points for each one. Again, that's only in areas that have a scoring token, one of these trees. So that area, to me, would be worth 6 victory points. If a region is not complete, meaning this is not there, or I somehow kept growing it like this, let's say I did that, and then I did that, but that's where it ended, meaning it's not complete. There's a half rune right there. Then I'm going to score 1 point per rune, 1, 2, 3, 4 points in this case. If I had been able to complete that, which I certainly would have wanted, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 10 points for that region. That's basically it. That's the scoring at the end of the game. Now, these, of course, as you can see, are a limited resource. So the trick is, when do I take one and lock it into some place? And do I wait till that area is large enough so that I know I'm guaranteeing a bunch of points, or am I waiting too long and then that color has simply been taken by the other players and I can never score that section that I've invested in? That's the main crux in the game. That's the decision point there. And of course, where you put your tiles and all that. That's pretty much the game. It's a very simple, straightforward game. When you get to the end of the game or near the end of the game, then the player is going to have their, their 7 or 8 tiles face up in front of them. You know from those, only 2 or 3 more respectively are going to come up. So you are at that point then hoping, betting on which ones you are hoping will come up so that you can complete perhaps something you've invested in. And there you go. That is Legendary Forests. So let's go back up top. Let me give you a little bit more of my thoughts of the game, and then you'll have a complete picture. All right, so there it is. That is Legendary Forests. I like this one. It's a very pleasant game. That's the best way I have to describe it. And I think it's one that's going to appeal to a lot of people. I think it's a great introductory game to folks that are perhaps not used to tile laying games. I could see myself, before I played Carcassonne a long time ago, if someone had brought this game out, being used to only Yahtzee and Monopoly and that sort of thing, Uno. Someone brought this out, showed me how to play, and I played it with them. My mind would have been blown. I would have adored this game, and I think that's what it's good for. As it is right now, I like it. It doesn't, it does not revolutionize my concept of gaming, and there are other games that do very similar things to it, unfortunately, for this one. But I think it's a very well-produced, lovely little game. So let's talk about some things I like and thought were just okay. I'll start with a couple of the things that aren't as exciting as with the things we will get to. Okay, so the theme, it's a very lovely theme. It's nice, but again, it's also a fairly abstracted concept. Replayability, I think, is okay, and I do like the idea of the scoring being shifted around, right? Sometimes you get a lot of early scoring. Sometimes it's spread out throughout the game. Sometimes there are fewer of the scoring tiles because you did remove 5 of them randomly at the beginning. So that's nice, but still, it plays out in just about the same way every time. And there's a lot of turns that do feel sort of obvious. You get a tile, you go, well, it goes there because it's obvious. Tactics and strategy. There's some really fun push your luck near the end of the game. The idea of, like I said in the overview, looking at what's going on and deciding to continue growing something in the hopes of that one tile coming out and I can cap it off and boost up my score. Or I don't take the risk and I just close it off now with the tile I just drew. And, if that one comes up later, well, too bad. So that can be fun, but again, it's not revolutionary or anything. There's one thing I forgot to mention, I think, in the overview, which is that big pawn that one player begins with. As you draft those scoring tiles, the little wooden trees, once that's done, starting from the player who has that, then you pass it to the next player. So that you are not always first, right? You have to, so as you go first once, then you have to wait your turn to take one of them. The one you want might be gone. That's a nice idea. The things I really did like, aesthetics. It's a bright, pleasant looking game. It's got very nice tiles. The little wooden tokens that you place on the tiles themselves are lovely. They are a circle, and in the negative space they have a little tree. Very cute design. Game length, fantastic filler game. It says on the box 20 minutes. That's about right. And it plays about 20 minutes no matter if you're playing with 2 people or 5. That is such a wonderful thing. This is a game you can guarantee will be quick, no matter who is playing, And that's to be appreciated. Again, lovely introductory game. And then lastly, ease of play. Absolutely. As I said, a game for just about anybody. I would certainly recommend, you're looking for a game to give someone as a gift, someone who is not a gamer. You're looking for a game to give maybe, older kids to play with their parents, and their parents are not gamers. Legendary Forests fits that very, very well. I do like it a lot for that reason. Again, for me personally, I don't think it's a fantastic game. There are other games I do like more. Karuba has a very similar style with a little more oomph to it, but it's a little longer, and there are a few more options. Now, those options do lead to a bigger decision tree, meaning my development will be much different from your development. In this one, those things are a little bit closer, but that game is also not as obvious, let's call it, as simple as this one. This one will appeal to more people just because it is just more approachable. There are fewer rules to teach. But as I said, overall, I really do like this game. So there you go. I recommend it. Legendary Forests. Check this one out, folks. Get somebody a lovely gift. And if that's what you're looking for, I think this is going to be a great choice. That's it for me, everyone. I'm Z Garcia. Thanks for checking this out. I will see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com.